Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Camarae and you're watching Camarae Music TV, and I'm back with your Married to Medicine LA review. This is season number 2, episode number 9. So we found out tonight that next week is the season finale and we only getting 10 episodes, and I didn't see anything about a reunion. So is this show gonna be coming back for season 3? I'm just like, it's a breath of fresh air. Like, it's not so much fighting and arguing and bickering. Yes, it took a minute to pick up, but I mean, I like the show. I like the ladies. They seem to genuinely be close, genuinely be happy. We get a lot of the, you know, the marriage side and the medicine side, the mothering side. Like, we get lots of different sides from this show, and I just, like, are y'all really not gonna bring it back? Y'all comment down below if y'all want the show to come back. I know, like, it's not getting as many views, I guess, as the other show, but I don't know, y'all. Please don't take this show away. All right, so the ladies are up and they are in their, like, kind of workout loungy type gear, and they are going to, you guys know them little bikes. Portia and Marlo were on it one time. It's like a bar and somebody's like driving it up front, but everybody pedals on the sides and they drink, right? I like the idea because it seems cute and fun, right? But the exercise part, I don't be feeling that part, because I'm like, we supposed to be working out and drinking at the same time, and God forbid it's hot and we got makeup on and wigs and lace and lashes, and it's just a whole lot that be going on, right? So they are pedaling, riding down the street, and you know, laughing, having a good old time, and looking winded and tired at the same time. And of course, Jasmine uses this time to go drill sergeant on Kendra, asking her, are you pedaling? Are you trying your best? And at this point, Kendra's like, she's had enough. Like, boo, it's enough, okay? You fired at this point, because you're going in and in and in at the most inopportune times. We're on vacation. We not back at the house. Like, I don't need you to do all that for me. It's like, you know, when you be trying to lose weight and then you tell everybody around you, and then when you enjoying a meal or whatever, they be like, well, I thought you was trying to lose weight. It's that type of thing. You know, like, it don't have to be, you don't have to be that all the time, 24/7. So, you know, Jasmine's loud, drunk. Y'all know she don't eat much, so I feel like the whole episode she was just drunk. But at this point, it's harassment, and I'm glad Kendra fired her, because it's just too much at this point. Okay, so you guys know that each of the ladies had something that they planned for the weekend, right? So it is now Leah's turn. She is hosting or picked out this place, made reservations for them to have dinner, and it's called Love Thy Labels, right? She wants everybody to come in their best. Stop. She wants everyone to come in their best. Chanel, Dior, Versace, whatever labels you have, she wants you to come dressed to impress, okay? So Shanique wears Michael Consuelo. I knew as soon as she said it that it was Costello, because I'd be seeing his gowns, and I used to follow him, but I stopped following him. So it's Michael Costello. Kendra had on Versace. She was Versace down. You know, somebody else had Louis Vuitton shoes, and you know, they had on their labels. But Jasmine thought it would be funny to put on her own label, like a little t-shirt, which later, you know, she takes it off. You guys know that she's all about trolling. She's all about, you know, being petty, because I do believe that the producers really be looking at her to bring the spice and, you know, cause the rift in the show. And I feel like maybe she's fine being that person, because she does always end up being the villain no matter what. Okay, so Leah's like offended because she's like, you know, I played your little game. I didn't want to wear no lingerie with my grown daughters or almost grown daughter watching this show, married. You know, I don't want to do that, but I did that. I played along. On one hand, I feel her. On the other hand, Jasmine was just trolling you, because she took the shirt off later when she got a little too hot and got uncomfortable. We're going to get to that in a minute. Okay, so Shanique, oh wait. Oh, Britton's skirt. I wrote down Britton's skirt because I really liked it. We saw her packing it, so it wasn't no surprise. But Britton always looks good. She had the cornrows popping. Okay, so they're at dinner, and Shanique asks Imani why she was gifted with the air horn. I kind of missed this whole exchange or how we got here, but I knew it was going to come up from the commercials, right? you know, she's asking, was there malice behind it? Because, you know, my gift was well thought out, you know. And then I think Britton tried to ask, like, she was trying to say that they were gag gifts. But, and then she was like, she didn't understand why, like, no one understood Shanique's gift. And Kendra chimed in, and I chimed in, like, no, we understood her gift. Like, you said you and your husband ain't been intimate in 5 years. Here's some toys to help you out, right? So, yeah, Imani's gift was shady. I wish she just would have just stood in the shade and been like, well, girl, you be doing a lot. And as, you know, as much as we love you, like, you be loud. But she didn't do that. Okay, I think Jasmine jumps in, and this is when Imani and Britton both come at Jasmine, you know, saying like, we have told you a lot about us. And this is my whole thing about Jasmine. She be having so much to say, but she won't share nothing about her husband, to the point where it's almost like you wonder if he's married to somebody else. Is she the side chick? Then too, you wonder if and really I don't think it's that she's the side chick, but you just wonder if he has like one of them NDAs or something where he's like, I don't want to be on your little show. If you're gonna do that show, I don't want to be on it. You know how the basketball wives were. So I don't know about that. But anyway, they get into it and they're just saying, you know, like, you know a lot about us. We don't know nothing about you and your man. All we know is initials. And it seems like that's going to be carried out into the end of the season, because even next week when she throws this party, it looks like we're not going to see the husband there either. So in this line of questioning, Jasmine starts to get a little overheated. She's starting to feel like all eyes on her. She ain't got no explanation. And to me, like, this is where I could see age, because she just went full-fledged into the antics. Like, she took her shirt off at this dinner, and I'm just like, girl, you for real? Like, you couldn't even just excuse yourself and come back with the shirt off? Like, you took your shirt off at the table. Okay. So, yeah, she ends up just saying, like, her husband's really busy, and he's not a person that likes to meet new people, and although it's rude and it sucks, like, it's the reality. And so I kind of felt her on it, because, you know, sometimes we don't want to, you know, come with your homies and I don't know them and I'm just not trying to be entertaining people. I feel it. But every single event, and this is technically your wife's job. This how she getting her bread and butter, and it's married to medicine. So the medicine part needs to show up, you know, for her to have credibility to have fans, right? So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, child. So we flip over to the guys. They're having a boys' night at the bar, although Hobart's the only one drinking because Hobart is fully stressed out. We got Hobart, Robert, and Mac. You know, Mac and Robert have like some little, you know, virgin type drink. And then Hobart drinking the rum and coke, because remember, he's stressed because he's trying to tell Kendra about herself. You know, he feeling like he don't know what to do because they had this conversation, but Kendra reneging, like, what's going on? And so basically the guys end up giving him advice, saying like, you know, this is your wife. You can't be dimming her light like that. This is her opportunity. You know, she's had this child. She's, you know, been sitting on the bench for a while. She wants to get back out there. And, you know, when you try to diminish that, you are, or when you, what you're saying, she's feeling like you're dimming her light. While I agree, I still feel like the way that she went about it was, I mean, it wasn't right. It turns out that Hobart has these feelings where he don't want her working, but then at the same time they had a conversation like, if you wasn't agreeing with that, then Kendra, you should have said like, I'm not feeling that, I'm about to go fill it out first, and then I'm gonna get back to you and let you know. Okay, so they give Hobart something to think about, and I think later on the ladies give Kendra something to think about. They're gonna come back together. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Okay, so Britton, we get to Britton's little event. The ladies are getting drunker and drunker on this party bus, because remember, they've been drinking since the beginning of the day, probably had mimosas and everything at the house, then hopped on the little trolley thing, so they've been drinking all day. And so Britton has a drag show planned. So I really love drag shows because they if you are like, if you go with a group of girls and you're like the bride, or you're the, you know, somebody who's going through a divorce, or you're like the center of attention at a drag show, like they have no problem making you the center of attention, making you feel good, letting you walk the catwalk, like, and you know, they just really are fun people. Just the LGBTQ community period are just so much full of pride, right? So it's just so fun to go to these type of things with your girls. So, you know, they go to that. It looks like a bingo hall. It's like old and, you know, pigmentally challenged in there. But, you know, they have fun. You know, Britton's a fun person. They got their singles and Imani's walking. And it's just a good time. So like I say about this show, like, you can tell that they all genuinely have relationships. At first, it's like something happened between like episode 5, 6, you know, between 4, 5, 6, 7 and the rest. Like they started to get a lot closer and we got to see, I don't know if they let guards down. I don't know. The producers was like, hey, we need some more because this show, it's falling. I don't know, but they're all cool now. Okay, so Jasmine is drunk. Kendra getting ones all out. These ladies are living life. Okay, so they're having a good time so much that they get on the party bus. They drunk. A couple of them then retired to the hot tub, having, you know, chicken wings and rolling up all kind of stuff and dropping it in the jacuzzi and still drinking and having nightcaps. So by the morning, Leah and Jasmine are all of a sudden cool, and you know, all's well that ends well. So this is, you know, one of the last scenes we see is, you know, all the ladies in these robes. We do see them talk to, you know, their families back home. I was thinking by this point, this is a long weekend because I'm like, dang, when they going home? Okay, so in these last scenes, we see Shanique and Imani, and Shanique is crying. Y'all know Shanique is the doting wife, the loving mother, and she feels so guilty about having a career and wanting to switch careers and being like more selfish about her wants and needs. And you know, we've seen her go back and forth with this thing of, do I want to continue to give 100% to my family, or do I want to finally give myself some? And so, you know, Imani's letting her know, who Imani is like Captain Independence, like, you have to do for you. And so I don't really know if Shanique is going to get that because she really enjoys doing for her family. But at some point, like, you have to do for you. Like, you really do. Because you will start, like she said, you'll start to resent Robert. You'll start to resent the kids. The kids going to get grown. It's just going to be you and Robert in the house. Robert going to retire with his 20 years. And then what you going to have? You know, like a job that you didn't want to work. So it's just like, you got to find, you know, the you in all of that. Okay, so then you got Britton, Jasmine, and Kendra outside. This is a different way that I seen Jasmine, because she was just like, yeah, like, what's going on with you? Like, really concerned, you know, really trying to. And even when they were all at the breakfast table, like, they were just laughing, having a good time. And I just was like, y'all, please don't cancel this show. Like, I know it's not a whole lot of drama, but it does trend almost every week, and a bunch of us are watching it. And maybe that's what they want. They want trash and they want, you know, scandal. And this show just doesn't give that. But I like it. So keep it. Okay, so we get them three outside. And Kendra is asking for the advice of Britton. Because, you know, Jasmine already knows. And Jasmine's just like, you know, I mean, not Jasmine. Britton started that. Britton's just like, you started that off wrong. Okay, because if you wanted the support of your husband, then you should have, you know, let everything be known from jump. So then you guys are on the same page. So then when you decide what you gonna do, it ain't no secret. You ain't gotta catch him up, you know. And so Kendra was just kind of looking like, well, it is what it is, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But like, when you're married, you can't really do that, because then you kind of showing your mate that no matter what they feel, no matter what they say, no matter what y'all agree on, at the end of the day, whatever you want to do is what you're gonna do. And that's fine if you're single, but it's not fine if you're in a marriage, because how are you gonna build the trust? So I don't know what Kendra gonna do. I have a feeling they gonna get it together though, because Hobart's understanding it from a different point of view. I don't know if they're newlyweds, but I think they're newlyweds. And then they also have this new baby. So we'll see how they wrap it up next week. like I said, this show doesn't give a whole lot of drama anymore. And even when it was giving drama, it was like kind of small stuff. And we were complaining about it. But now I'm just like, are y'all really going to wrap this show up at 10 episodes like Insecure? And then that's it? Do we get a reunion? Is it going to be on Zoom? Because, you know, they don't put the budget in to do the reunion like a Real Housewives reunion. So I don't even feel like we're going to get that. I don't know. I could be wrong. Y'all subscribe down below, leave your comments, and let me know what you thought about this week's episode. I'm Camera Ray. This is Camera Ray Music TV, and I'll see you guys next time.